Hi guys!
Hey y'all!
Welcome back to Y'all Hearing This. My name is Kay. Thank you so much for coming and joining us.
Yes, and my name is Honeybee, or you can call me B, whichever you choose is alright with who.
Us. That's right. That's right. Oh man, we had to do an extra special, little extra special one there.
Yeah.
So we are here on a Wednesday.
Yes.
Usually we pick an Arts of the Week, do a little bit of a deeper dive.
Yes, we do.
But this week we have something very special.
Yeah. Very sweet.
Yes, exactly.
But it's special.
Exactly. We are saying a huge congratulations to Honeybee. I don't know if you want to explain a little bit about what you're doing. Yeah.
So basically, as you guys know, outside of here, we have everyday jobs and careers. And I so happen to do hair.
Yes, he does.
Yes, I sure do. Yes, I sure do. Oh. So basically what's going on is I specialize in curly hair, and basically I got an opportunity to go and extend my knowledge and understanding of whatever I've learned over the last almost 10 years of doing hair, and to teach it to new and up and coming stylists. And I'm super excited about it. And it's just going to take a lot. So unfortunately, I have to step away as a permanent co-host here, but I know Kay will always have me back at some point.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Anytime.
And listen, okay? And, someone actually asked me the other day too, they were like, are you just going to stop podcasting forever? And I was like, you know what? You never know what the future holds. But right now, I'm just going to be taking a lot of time to set that up, which is really exciting. And, I just love the idea, specifically with this venture and like being able to teach people about texture and curly hair and stuff, and just kind of jump back into that. It's just a big thing that's needed now. And just from a cultural standpoint, it's really what's the word I'm looking for? I take a lot of pride in being able to expand knowledge on something that there wasn't a lane for it before. And if there was a lane, nobody knew that it was open.
It was very specific lane.
Yes.
It was like, Yes,
exactly. Very, very specific. And, I'm thankful that in 2023, we are opening our eyes to all the differences that we all have. And it's really about just embracing the difference within you and the things that don't make you a carbon copy of somebody else. And so it's exciting and it's nerve-wracking as hell. But whatever's going to happen is going to happen. And we're just going with the flow, child.
I am just so proud of you because you've worked your butt off to get to this point of being an expert in the field so that people want to learn from you. That's so exciting.
It's so dope.
I love, personally myself, one of my favorite things to do in the world is to teach and to educate and to train and to do things like that. And I know that you're very similar in that way too.
I love it.
So
hence why we even have this podcast. Because you're literally teaching people. You are literally teaching people about K-pop music.
Well, to an extent. I mean, a lot of times the people who watch us and comment teach me all the time, So,
It goes, but it's the ongoing, never-ending wheel. It's circling.
Exactly.
I mean?
I hope that, there are people that watch that may not have checked out one group and have start to check them out because we watch them or whatever. That'd be awesome.
Gotten into it,
But I really, I think it's so amazing. I can absolutely see you doing this role. I can see you just it taking off totally. And like you were saying, it is so, so important that more people learn how to do curly hair, textured hair, etc.
Yes.
I think I was saying this in another video. I have just heard horror stories in the past of actresses, models, all different people who have had to do their own hair because they, you know, the hair and makeup people on set. Oh, makeup too, for sure. But hair especially, you know, like it's so specialized because it is so different.
Yeah.
You know?
Completely. And it's like they don't have, just in general, like to be able to just have like a little like spec to like try to help teach, you know what I mean, and spread knowledge and just start that is like super dope because again, it's really needed. And just even for your average, just everyday working people, just like how we all are outside of like, you know what I mean? It's just that's needed. Like we need that. And I feel like, especially after the pandemic, child, we need anything that will make our lives easier. And I'm trying to learn more about my hair too.
Absolutely. And like, I mean, you know, you shouldn't have to go to like a specialized shop to get your hair done. Do you know what I mean? You
should be able just to go anywhere.
Yeah, you should be able to go to Supercuts if you want to go to Supercuts. I don't recommend a Supercuts. I'm not gonna, you know.
She said you should be able to go anywhere. You should be able to go to Supercuts. I don't recommend Supercuts.
You know. You know, well, it depends. If you find a good stylist at one, then go. Because I actually did used to go to a Fantastic Sam's forever because I had this one hairdresser.
Listen.
It was amazing. This is way before you know, B was doing my hair, obviously. But
listen.
But she was great. But then she moved, and anyway.
Listen, I just had this conversation. My old roommate, my friend Nate, shout out to Nate.
Hi,
Nate. He used to go to this woman. I will never forget her name, Shantina. She used to kill it.
Yep.
And she worked at the was it Fantastic Sam's?
Something or was it like that.
Yeah. No, it was Supercuts. Yeah. It was Supercuts. Yeah. And it was just like Mama killed it. And then she ended up moving. I think she was military.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like the circumstances. Like, yes, the sentiments is there.
Yeah. Like, I think anybody should be able to go to any hairdresser and be able to get their hair done, is what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to be a snob.
Not at all. But these are the moments I'm going to miss.
Of KP just brutal for no reason.
Yeah, not even brutal, just, you know, keeping it 100.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We've all had our experiences.
That is very true. But if you go and work at a Supercuts, I will come to you at a Supercuts.
Yeah, okay.
It's all about the stylist, is what I'm trying to say.
Which is interesting, actually, because I don't think Supercuts actually does like color, like hardcore coloring anymore.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, you know, it's been ages since you know, you've been doing my hair for how many years now? You know, yeah. Literally. So but I think the last time I got my hair cut, I can't even remember the last time I went to Supercuts. But yeah, before I was going to Fantastic Sam's, and they did do color, but
oh my god!
But I don't know if they did like fashion colors. You know,
I don't think so. Yeah. I feel like any time I've ever been to one, I don't think they have.
Yeah, it was. I always did red. Red was my color for
it was.
Yeah.
Y'all listen.
Yeah. So
you want to know about life outside, our lives outside of here? Yeah. Kay used to love herself some red.
Oh yeah.
All
I really
shades.
did. Yep.
And she loved a good pixie cut.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I know. It's kind of in that half grown out stage.
Yes.
Now. I like it. Oh my god, and I love the color. It's like very mermaid, but
yes, it's giving.
I love it. I love it.
You know, I was thinking, since this is my last episode for a while.
Yes.
I was sitting here and I was thinking about some of our funniest moments.
Yeah.
But then I was also thinking about, you know what? This is about to be a nice long say what section.
Okay, all right.
Because I want to know from beginning of switching over to all K-pop till now. Mm-hmm. What do you think, if you could pick in this moment right now, and I know it always changes, your top 3 groups and why? It could be male or female.
Okay.
Your top 3 groups that you've learned about or that you've researched or anything about. What are your top 3 and why?
ATs, because I love them and always will and forever and a day. Mm-hmm. Stray Kids, number 2. There's something about them. I love that they're self-produced. Mm-hmm. I love them for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I really love their music. It just changes all the time. And they always are switching things up. And like, but they always have that meaning behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, third. I'm going to say Blackpink because every song of theirs I've heard, I like.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's one miss to them.
Mm-hmm.
They also taught me a lot more about girl groups.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
In general, because I was not a hater, but I wasn't a fan. I wasn't a fan before of girl groups necessarily. You know,
I feel that.
Some for sure, but not, they weren't like a huge thing with me.
Mm-hmm.
And it really also taught me kind of on a personal level to get past my prejudices of like beautiful girls equal nasty girl.
She's pretty, so she's a bitch.
Kind of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think it's a me issue, not like a them issue at all.
You know what? Let me just say this side note.
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily a you issue. Well, like, obviously, how we feel is it's always going to be us.
Right.
Because it's our, yes. But I do feel like it's surrounding its circumstances, and let's just say living on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Especially in the state that we are in, there's a bit of a nose up type of thing that's always been, I feel like, attached to the East Coast. But also, like, in Rhode Island, where we are, there is a lot more uppityness.
Yeah.
If you want to put it out there.
Yeah.
Not saying that everybody's like that, because you'll experience it wherever you are.
Yeah.
But just off of our circumstances, I can see why. Because I was kind of like that, just in the way that where we grew up.
I think what it is,
because that's how it usually was,
is that and it's so funny because it's probably, you know what I mean? Like, I'm probably misremembering things.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's also like an intimidation factor because like you don't feel like you're there. So you feel like less than, but that's a you thing, not a them necessarily thing. Do you know what I mean?
That, yeah.
So I really appreciate watching all the bonus content and stuff like that has really helped me kind of like with that.
Mm-hmm.
And feeling like they haven't necessarily helped me feel beautiful and with myself, because that's been a whole other thing. But, feeling like
confident.
Yeah. And like also
more
that
empowered.
And also to realize that everyone is a human being. You know what I mean? Like, beautiful people have all these feelings and things too. Not that I necessarily didn't think they did before. But to know, like, now if I meet someone, I'm more apt to kind of like be open to getting to know them versus like automatically kind of like making judgments. You know what I mean? Based on like their beauty, I guess,
Nope, I feel that.
And the other reason why I'm picking Blackpink too is it brought so many people to our channel.
Yes.
So many people. Like, we would not be here without Blinks.
Yes.
Would not.
Yes.
So that's also a huge thing, I mean, heck, we do a whole day for them.
Yeah. No.
Both here and on Patreon, and which has been amazing and so much fun. It's not like we're doing it just for that, but yeah, I mean, obviously you want to make content people want to watch, right? But yeah, it brought so many people to our channel, which hopefully they've watched other content of ours,
Yes.
So I think Blackpink is the third.
I have to tell you, I'm a little shocked that BTS is in your top 3. Or is it one of those things where it's like BTS is like their own entity?
I think BTS is their own entity.
Okay. Because that's like me saying like trying to put Beyonce in the top 3 because it's just like,
that it's a tough thing to do a top 3, and there's so many other groups I want to say here, but I think those are my top 3 just purely for ATEEZ because they just are my ultimate group right now. And I'm not seeing that changing anytime soon because it's been about a year since I got into them.
Right.
And
They are your babies.
They're my babies. I love them. Love them. Personally, I love their music. And then Stray Kids, because I think also because they also have inspired me to want to do music, to want to do more creatively, to know that they're like 20 to 25 and like making this amazing music.
Yeah.
Makes me want to do all the things.
Right.
You know? So.
Yeah, I get that.
So what about you?
Oh, okay. So definitely am going to have New Jeans.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
So I don't know what order to put this in, but I'll tell you my top 3.
Okay.
New Jeans for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely love them. I feel like, so out of all the groups that I've learned about, experienced, like through this whole process and through this whole journey, I feel like New Jeans is the one group that truly, like, literally their sound is just them.
Yes.
Like, and not to say that all K-pop music sounds the same, but like, there's this formula that is within K-pop music. I feel like there's like a really good, like, just the beat in itself is super dope. And there's always like a pre-chorus and then a drop. And then it goes into the beat and then it goes into the chorus. So there's always like a drop. There's always like that type of situation within a song. And I feel like with New Jeans, they've come out and they've taken this music that I love. Like, I love that Atlanta dubstep type of sound, that UK garage music type of sound. And they've really like ran with it. And I just like, I love that. Yeah. I love that. I love that, like, their fierceness, just how they are. And they're so young. And it just, it's so empowering to see just artists who are that young be able to come with that confidence. Like, that's so dope, because it just makes me think about like being that age. When we were that age, like the confidence level.
I've said this before a million times, but I wish we had these girl groups when we were growing up.
Yes.
Because them, like their Seraphim, Idol, you know, ITZY, etc. Like, they all just have this fierceness to them and very like empowerment forward, you know what I mean? That I wish we had growing up.
Yeah, I definitely feel like we needed more of that. Because I feel like the few groups that we did have, like, now there's an abundance. Yeah. But growing up, it was like, you literally had Destiny's Child, then you had TLC. Spice Girls. Yeah. But like, even like naming, like, it's like. But
even within those, it's not like, I feel like not every song was like, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Where I feel like the majority of the songs from these girl groups are this very like empowering kind of, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's insane. But yeah, New Jeans is amazing. They're definitely way up there for me too.
New Jeans just like, they really be doing it for me. So
I can't wait for more from them for sure.
I know, oh my God. So definitely New Jeans. Definitely, I'm going to have to say BTS.
Yeah.
Like, they are their own entity, but BTS was my first foray into K-pop music. And that was, I think, the first group we ever did like a guide or anything on. So it was like, I feel like that's just very special. Yeah,
like,
I
made you watch Black Swan and DNA the first week that we did that. And then, we did a guide a couple weeks later. Yeah.
That just, that they are.
Yes.
They're just something else. Like, they really do remind me of, like, damn near, like, the male version of, like, how Destiny's Child, literally, they all went their separate ways and they all had incredible solo music. And the only difference is that this group is not going their separate ways. Yeah. So it's like they're incredible as a group, but then also make incredible solo music.
So incredible.
And I feel like what really sets BTS apart too is, like, usually when groups go solo, right? Or just group members decide to release their own stuff, there's always a competition there's always, I just feel like inevitably, well, maybe specifically in Western music, like growing up in the States, it was always like to put people against each other. Like even when Beyonce came out solo, they automatically were trying to put her against her group mates.
Yeah.
I mean, you could talk about any of the New Kids on the Block when they all went solo. They were trying to put Jordan Knight against Joey McIntyre. Like, it was just like, it's always something like that around here.
Yeah.
And I can honestly say, like, BTS was the first time that I've ever seen a major group that was so popular. Literally, their members release solo music and, like, they're each supporting each other.
So supportive of each other.
Hardcore. I mean, and not just like, oh, one member here and one member there. No, all of them.
Yeah.
To the point where, like, even as they're releasing music as a group, they're still promoting each other's stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just like the same thing with Blackpink. Like, it's just like, to me, that is so empowering. And it makes me really like, it's stuff like that makes me want to like get into music, to see that camaraderie and to see each other lifting each other up like that in such a like competition driven industry. It's so inspiring.
The reason why I couldn't even put them in my top 3 is because they mean so much to, I think, so many people. You know, their lyrics and their music are so thoughtful and so well thought out and so powerful, you know, and that follows through definitely into, you know, almost all of their solos and stuff too. And I just really love that. Like, RM's 2 albums, his mixtape and so Mono and Indigo, are 2 of my favorite albums of all time. I could listen to either of those anytime, anywhere, any day. Sometimes I do, you know. Right. And, you know, there's something about them that's so, so powerful.
Yeah, I feel
absolutely.
That. So, yep, New Jeans, BTS. And for my last one, I really had to sit here and think about it because I'm like, like I love the 80s and I love Stray Kids. The 80s!
That's right. One last time. That's right.
And I was really sitting here thinking, like, damn, like, what would my third one be? Because it really could be tough. Anybody. It's really tough. But I'm going to have to say, I'm going to have to say Blackpink.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
It's just like the journey of learning about them.
Yes.
And watching all those BPMs. Like, this is why I love stuff like BPMs. Because literally watching them, I feel so connected and I feel more invested in them, but not just them as like artists, personally. Like, I really be sitting here thinking like, yo, I really hope Lisa gets to go visit her family. Yeah. I hope that Rose visits her family. Yeah. And like, you know, I hope Jenny gets to continue to release, you know, whatever music she's feeling. And, you know, I hope Jinsu just lives her best life. You know what I mean? Jinsu. I'm thinking of Jinsu, sorry. There's an actual rapper. Side note, there's a real rapper's named Jinsu.
Well, Jinsu
from Rhode Island.
Jinsu knife.
Oh, that's what you think of? There's an actual Jinsu from Rhode Island. He was this little kid rapper. He used to always do these performances called Off, like with this group called Off the Curve I used to be with. That's bad funny. So yes, Jinsu. But I hope she's living her best life. Yes. But no, I just feel so connected with them. We literally listen to every one of their songs. Yes. And it's just like, there's just such a bond there. And also, my number one thing for me has always been girl groups. Yeah. I love girl groups, girl singers, female singers, all of that. I've definitely I've always been just a girl group, female voice type of dude. So, like, what this podcast has done for me is it actually opened, what it did for you with girl groups is what it did for me with guy groups. Oh. Because the same way that you were talking about like that, almost like that intimidation type of situation, listen, don't let any man fool you. We feel it too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely feel like, also too, like being a whole Black gay man, like there's also this masculine type of inferiority type of situation complex that always I feel like most gay people go through.
Yeah.
And I feel like getting to know in the K-pop realm, seeing all these guys who are, a majority of them are, you know, cis straight guys, like to see them be so affectionate with each other.
Yes. In Korea, it's very normal for men to be like that affectionate with each other. And it's just so cool to see.
Yes, it's inspiring because it just also really makes just any guy who just is naturally affectionate, it would definitely make them be like, listen, just because you're affectionate doesn't mean you're this or you're that. It's just who you are.
All. Exactly. You know and like there are some like really deep friendships, I think that, I mean, I'm a shipper, don't get me wrong, but yes. But I think truly I really love like the friendship between people like Woosan or Jinsung and things like, you know what I mean? But yeah. All right. So I have a question for you.
Yes.
What is the biggest thing that you're going to take away from doing this podcast?
Shut up, because I was about to be like, yo, we about to do a say what, and that was going to be the takeaway. Yeah. Like, yes. Okay, so she beat me to it.
That's right.
This little say what?
That's right.
So my biggest takeaway from this is the idea that you could literally do anything you put your mind to.
Yes.
Hardcore. Yes. Because when I tell you, this whole thing started as a conversation one time.
While you were doing my hair.
While I was doing her hair.
Yeah.
We were talking about this. We were talking about how, like, she wanted to get into it, how I wanted to get into it, how, you know, we really were just bouncing ideas off and talking about how dope it was. And this whole thing has literally evolved because we literally have been learning as we go. Specifically, like, especially you, like, mastering and doing all this stuff. It's like, there's so much that went into it. And it was just like, I remember we were like, how are we going to do this?
Yeah.
How is this going to work out? Where do we even start? Where do we do this? And now, fast forward to now, it's like a full-blown run entity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, that is incredible. And so my biggest takeaway was like, you could literally do anything and there's no limitations to your greatness, no matter what age you are. Because I feel like, for me, I feel like ageism has always been a big thing. As I've gotten older, I feel like I'm like, oh my God, I'm 35. Like, I've lost my chance on like doing music. I've lost my chance on doing this. I should have started forever ago and like worked my way up in the industry. And I would have, you know what I mean? I had more opportunities to do this, to do that, and learned more. And I, you know, all of that is consistently, like, for me, always running through my mind with everything I want to do. And to do something like this, where it's literally one of those things that run through your mind, like, oh, I can't do this. I'm too old. I'm too this. I'm too that. I'm blah, blah, blah. And then to actually have it happen, it's like, oh, shit. Like, you literally can do anything you put your mind to. Yeah. And I was reading this quote, like, literally, I think it was like yesterday or the day before, that Beyonce, in the sense of her new movie or whatever, there's this thing where Beyonce, I guess, was quoted on saying that her motto is, if she dreams it, then it's meant to happen. Like, she literally has said anything that she's ever put out into the world, anything that we have ever seen and gotten from Beyonce was literally a dream.
Yeah, that's very true. That's so true.
She says, like, if she dreams it, the next day, she's like making phone calls. Has her team working. This is what I dreamt. It's doable. Yeah. How do we make it happen?
Yeah.
And that's literally what I felt like this was. Yeah. Like, this is one of those things where it's like, like, okay, how do we make it happen? And then, more importantly, we got to spend more time together.
I know. That has been just
our relationship growing.
Yes,
and like, people don't know, outside of this, we've known each other for damn near almost 2 decades.
Yeah.
But it was just like, it's nice because we always hung out and stuff, but we never like got to hang out like this or work on something like this. And we've always talked about it. So like to have it happen, it's just like, it's just a beautiful thing that music, for me, in all aspects of my life, music has always saved my life. It's always been a part of the good, the bad, the ugly, the everything. It's a testament that I've always said, for me personally, like music is literally who I am. And like, I love hair and I do all this other stuff.
Of course.
But to my core, it's always been music. And this is just another signification that music has literally just, again, propelled my life into another direction that I've always wanted to go in, and has also uplifted and has been the curator to, you know, another great relationship and just like grow, you know what I mean? And it's a testament all around to the power of music, which at the end of the day, from the very beginning, that's what we wanted this to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like it's a full circle moment wholeheartedly. And I get to spend it with you.
I know.
Yes.
That has seriously been just the best part.
Seriously. So yeah, tell me you. So that's what I wanted to ask you was like, from the beginning till now, what have you learned, and what are you going to continue to do to continue the way the trajectory this channel is going? Yeah,
well, one, spending time with you has been amazing.
Yeah.
Getting to know you better.
Yeah.
You know, before, you know, like you did my hair and we hung out then. You used to go to karaoke and stuff like that. But this has been more like, I think, meaningful time with others. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I think sharing something you love with someone is so important.
Yes, it is.
And so for us to be able to show each other music and talk about it is just, it's one of the best things.
Laugh about it, cry about it, feel the emotions.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's so important to have people in your life that you can do that with, you know, whatever it may be, music, movies, just, you know, talk, you know.
Yes.
The fact that you can do anything, like the fact that I taught myself how to edit and do all this stuff is just insane to me. I love it.
We're talking about shit that people go to college for.
Well, I am not.
No, I'm saying no, but
level, but
no, I know, but seriously though, like people really like go to school and to learn how to do all this stuff, and like the fact that you just brought it upon yourself to literally teach yourself, that's a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
And nobody could ever take that away from you.
Yeah, no, it's been amazing. It has definitely taught me that literally, if you need to know how to do something, there's a YouTube video out there for you.
Yes, there is, child.
There really, really, really is. Like, get very specific, you can find it.
Yes.
Anything.
Yes.
Constantly. I'm like, how do you fix this type of audio or whatever, you know? But yeah, so that's been amazing. But I think the absolute biggest thing this has given me is confidence.
Yes. I will second that.
Yeah. I feel very comfortable in front of the camera now, which I never thought I would. I mean, not, you know, I'm not going to go off and make movies of myself or whatever. Actress I am not. Yet. But, well, you know. But to feel comfortable in front of the camera, not only that, but to also, like, there are people who will want to know what we talk about.
Right.
And want to hear what we think. And want to, and like, you know, like that's very empowering too, you know?
I think that's really special that somebody cares about your thoughts.
Yeah.
In this, especially in the climate that we are in the world.
Yes, yeah.
To know that people actually want to know what you're thinking and your opinions, that's empowering.
And it's been amazing getting to know some people from literally around the world.
Yes.
You know, we have some watchers, listeners that, you know, are from India and, you know, I know there's a couple from Australia and Europe and, you know, so it's just so cool that the music has brought people together like that.
Yes.
You know, so I think that's really neat. And yeah, it's just, this has been such a savior to me through like hard times, you know, and it's also a really fun way to do things through good times.
Yes.
You know, it's definitely what I've turned to in so many ways over the past year and a half or so. And yeah, I just can't wait to keep going. And keep checking out new music.
I can't wait to see what you about to do, girl.
Yeah, I know. The one thing I'm still kind of about is how to do the podcast by myself. But I've got a couple ideas, so we're gonna try a couple things
and
out.
Also, y'all should throw some ideas.
Yes, absolutely.
Like how should the podcast?
Exactly.
You know?
I mean, I'd love to have people on. You know, obviously, I know most people can't be here, but figure out a way to do it through Twitch or something.
Yeah.
You know?
Or I know a lot of people used to do like Zooms and stuff.
Yeah. So Twitch actually has this really cool new thing. I've used it a couple times for interviews. Where you can record it and things like that.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool, and you can show each other videos and things like that. So
that's fine.
That might be something that we do. But yeah, I'd love that. If anybody's interested, please reach out. Y'all hearing this pod at gmail.com.
Yes.
That's for this and for our radio show. If you ever want to, come on and talk about your favorite group, please do.
Y'all better come on and get these blessings. Yeah. I'm just saying.
But that would be great, especially for groups that I don't know as much about,
have some
that'd be really
opinions
cool.
And stuff. That'd be super dope.
Exactly. And I do have a couple different ideas for different segments and things like that. But yeah, I'm just really looking forward to keep going. And getting to know you guys better.
Yes.
I think that's just been the most amazing part.
Prosper. I feel like the resounding like idea and like theme of all of this is confidence.
Yes.
And to continue to prosper.
Yes, absolutely. And just further yourself in whatever way that is, through your career, through your personal life, through whatever.
Yes.
Because
we are definitely proof.
Yeah.
And we are definitely a testament to that whole idea. Because we are completely different than when we started this.
A year and a half ago, I'm living with my boyfriend. I have my own studio.
Yes!
It's so, there's
right.
I can't even, I don't think I could have even imagined that, when we started.
Listen.
So it's just,
it's been amazing.
It really has been.
And it's about to keep getting amazing.
I know, it really is. I am going to miss doing this with you.
Me too. But don't miss it too much.
Yeah.
You never know. I might pop back here.
That's right. Yes. No, please do. Anytime.
Yes,
anytime you are welcome. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. And I mean, of course, we'll continue to see each other.
Yes.
But yeah.
It's gonna be a little bit of a change, but it's okay. Change, as y'all can see, is good.
Yes. Scary,
but good. Yes. Which is why we just lead everything with love.
Yes. Oh, yes.
And I love you.
I love you so much.
I love you more.
Well, I love you more.
No, I love you more. Well, we're gonna fight it out. But we love you guys. No, we
love you more.
Yes.
That's right.
And I love you guys.
That's right.
Yes.
We really do. Thank you
for everything.
So much for everything.
Yes. And all the kind words.
Yes. Yeah. It's been so nice.
Yeah. Yes.
And
onward and upward, y'all.
Exactly. We couldn't have asked for just better audience to do this with. So.
Yes. And we made it through without crying.
We did.
Boom.
We did.
Told you.
It's amazing. It'll be later.
I know. It probably will be.
It probably will be.
I love you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.